Hello everybody, it's Quemne here, and I was PKing recently. I was trying to get a little better at my hybriding because I'm not very good. And everyone wants to make it clear to me that I'm not good. Like, well, even if you are good, even if you're like fucking the best hybrid in the game, everyone's like, "Oh, you're shit PK or shit PK." So you just gotta wade through the trolls mostly. But I've noticed we've gone through a massive change. Other than, the wild being completely revamped from what it was, at least the drop system, to, like, there's just been so much done to the wild, and because of that, there have been so many changes to the way people PK, their style, their gear. If you remember back in the day, if you remember Michael Pro and Elv Mage and all the all the 70 defense and maxed hybrids back in, say, like 04, 05, 06, they wouldn't bring out epic 200-way switches. They would have they would do like 3-way switches because you didn't have the F keys, and since Jagex introduced the F keys, F1, wait, no, shit, that's gonna pop up the help guide. Is it gonna do it again? Okay, no, it's not. Alright. Yeah, you got the F keys, you can just fucking switch through everything so quick. F5 is your attack styles tab, F1 is inventory, F4 is mage, F3 is prayer, F2 is equipment. I don't know why you'd really want to F2 to that. There's not much you really need to, but since the F keys came in, it became less about getting kills and more about who can do the fastest switches. Now, the biggest switch you could ever do, excluding bolts, because you really don't need to swap out those unless you're like ranging, but the biggest switch you can ever do, I got it set up right here, is a 10-way switch. That is the biggest switch you can ever do, and if you try to do that, you are a fucking retard, because if you're hybriding, you not only have those 10 items right there, you gotta have your runes. If you're just, doing barrage, you just got those 3 runes, but you got your boost potions and anti-poison if you're smart. If you're stupid, of course, you're not going to bring an anti-poison. Your brews, restores, and you basically have like 2 room for food. Now, nowadays, that's not such a big deal because everybody's got summoning with, your extended inventory into like a pack yak or a war tortoise or terror bird or bull ant, whatever you have. But back in the days, if you tried to do that, you were fucking nuts because you only had your 28 inventory spaces, and you're fucking stupid if you brought more than like 4 extra armor pieces, or 6 if you're really good. But I really like the old days, not because you got better loots, but because it was a simpler time when everybody wasn't concerned about who can do this the fastest, like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-way switch. I didn't have any other gloves other than, fucking cooking gauntlets, so I was like, oh, whatever, I'll throw them in. So it's gone back, it's gone way further than who can just kill people and who's actually good at hybriding. It's just who can fucking switch the best and who can switch the fastest and how many switches can you do per second. It's fucking ridiculous. I want to go back to the old days, back when you didn't have everything all overpowered. That's mainly my problem. It's not so much that it's overpowered, but it's only melee that's gotten overpowered. Magic and range are kind of left in the dark. Yeah, sure, mages got the arcane stream, and rangers got, the dark bow and the new god arrows, which are very good, but people don't use an MSB because it's a two-handed weapon. And the dark bow, but most people won't bring that hybriding because it's a two-handed weapon. Other than, god swords and claws, no one uses a two-handed weapon when hybriding, at least not very commonly. So, and like, let me see if I can do this. I probably can't, especially if my blitz doesn't hold, but let me see if I can get an epic 10-way switch in. Let's try this shit. Now blitz, okay, it hit. Well, 9-way switch, we'll do that. Yeah, see, it's just fucking ridiculous that people are putting so much importance on who can switch the fastest and whatnot, instead of, actual skill. Now, some people are really fast at switching and really high skill, don't get me wrong, but I always see comments on PKing videos like, oh yeah, nice fuck up on your switch, like if I did this, like, and I like missed that, and then I went like that, and I missed the other stuff, they're like, yeah, nice switch. Well, it's kind of hard to do that kind of a switch. That's to click 10 items really fast without accidentally dragging one is very hard to do. There one way that I could see to make that easier would be like down here and like this, set it so you can't drag items in your inventory. Then you could just go pop, 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 bam, and just fuck people up. And I know a lot of people got like auto clickers, auto switchers to do it for them, and that's just fucking nuts. I mean, it's come down to the point where if you can't switch the fastest, you can't PK, and I think that's fucking ridiculous. I just wish, kind of like they did with RuneScape Classic, I wish they would do that with RS2. You know, make a pre-removal of the wild and trade limit update. You know, then we have the RSC servers, then RS2, then this. What we're playing right now would be RS3, because it kind of is. It resembles nothing of RuneScape 2. The graphics are different. The whole game engine is different. The weapons are different. I mean, there's so many things. The only thing that's really stayed the same has withstood the test of time is the whip. The whip has always been like a staple of hybriding because everybody loves the whip. It's fast, it's accurate, and it's strong. But until something better comes along, I don't see the whip going away anytime soon. But I don't know. If you're wondering why I have melee gear, it's because I'm training defense. I'm working on 99 still, on 435k to 95. And it's not very fun with 75 attack and 70 strength to train defense. It's very slow. It's about like 30k XP an hour versus like when I was going for it on YNA, it was like 100k XP an hour. So it's less than 1/3 the XP per hour, so it's a lot slower and it's taking quite a while. I'm surprised I fucking got 94 as it is. So I've been working on that, and I've been trying to get my hybrid skills better. I'm not that good. I've been trying to do like 5-way switches, like I had 5-way switch. Like, how did I have it set up? I'm trying to think how I had it set up. Okay, like this. I tried to do a 5-way switch like this, and I was doing okay with it. I was like bam, 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 bam. You know, go bop, 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 bop. Well, obviously I can't barrage in that, but go like doom, 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 and go that, and then switch back. I was wearing infinity boots. I wasn't meleeing. Oh yeah, I'm surprised that splashed actually. But that's all of RuneScape is, the fucking dice rolls, and that's why. Like, hybriding would be so much harder if it wasn't dice rolls that affected how good you were. If it were actually, like, you have a set amount that you do every single time, regardless of what gear they're wearing, except if they're wearing rain or high magic defense, it would make it less accurate. It would just make it do less damage. But the combat system is such shit in RuneScape. Anybody who PKs will tell you this. It's just shit. People who PK in Plus or in Edge or Hybrid or anything, or any combat for that matter. It doesn't even have to be PvP. It can be PvM. The combat system is just utter shit. Back in the day, it was good. Back in RuneScape Classic, it was fine. Even RuneScape 2, it was fine because, you know, not everybody had like 200 plus magic defense and could block barrages like a fucking Chuck Norris going to town on that shit. But now you've got, you know, people full Morrigans and a Spectral and all this stuff. You can get over 200 magic defense, and you can get almost 200 magic attack. I'm not sure, but we're getting to where we can get our bonuses up into the 200s, and with full stasis and, you know, max defense with DFS or Divine or whatever you have, you can get your defense up into the high 400s, almost into the 500s, to the point where no one can hit you with melee or range. Obviously, magic is gonna hit you, but in that gear, I still had like 31 magic defense, which is fucking ridiculous. So I don't know. Maybe Jagex will work on the combat system one of these days. It really needs to be worked on. Melee is way too overpowered. I hardly see anybody using range when they hybrid, except for myself and, you know, people that are smart and tribrid, if you will, that bring it just in case they keep getting frozen and they can't get in melee distance. That's what I try to do when people try to melee and mage hybrid on me. I freeze them and I take a step back so they can't get into melee distance. And even if they do, I have 94 defense and they usually fail. I had someone double fail AGS on me when I was hybriding, and I was just standing there, just minding my own business. This guy double fails claws on me, 0-1 and then 0-4, and I told him to go train attack because he was probably only like 60 attack. So I don't know. I really don't know how they would make a solid combat system, but it needs to be fixed. It needs to be changed and updated, and the combat triangle needs to be rebalanced because it's getting to a point where mages can basically own rangers too, and rangers can own meleeers like I do on a daily basis, even though they're only like 45 defense. But that's their own damn fault that they became a Zerka Pure and not a range tank. That's not my fault they're retarded. So, I don't know. If you have an idea, maybe we could get a collection of ideas going. You know, leave a comment or make a video on what you think we should do. What do you think we could have done, and possibly Jagex will look at it. I had 2 videos up before that I'm very certain Jagex has taken a look at. I don't know if they actually did, but I'm fairly certain it's highly likely, I should say, which was the rules of RuneScape. And as you know, the rules and the report abuse system has been overhauled completely. Like, you know, it would be funny if there is a user named Test and he gets reported a lot because of this. No, but they've updated it a lot. It used to be rules like 1 through 13 or whatever the fuck it was. I don't recall. I don't use that system, so I don't really pay attention to it. But they changed that. I want to say it's because of me, although someone's going to be like, oh, you're cocky. You think that they did that just because of you. Well, I am cocky, but I don't really know because there's no proof. And then there was the Future of RuneScape where Mark Gerhardt took over, and we all know that was a riveting success when he took over. And quite a few of those suggestions were taken. Both of those videos are gone, by the way. I don't have those anymore. So, I don't know. I think that's where I got a lot of my subscriber base was from those. Because remember, they both got into the 100K views. But I'm going to stop talking because the video is already at like 12 minutes. So, you know, post a video response on what you think the combat system could be altered to, or how things could be changed, and we'll try to get Jagex's attention with this and see if we can't get anything fixed. And if we can't, well, we tried our hardest. So anyways, I'm going to stop there, and I will talk to you guys later.